A Warroad, Minnesota family business still manufactures and sells toboggans. The Heron family takes great pride in their work, and they are one of the few toboggan makers left in the entire world.
When I started, there was an older German in Hay River, Northwest Territories, was making them, and another guy in Saskatchewan, and then Sheboygan. But for people that would make them in any quantities that could be distributed to a store, or have a supply dealer, yeah, there's just been a few of us. The one we worked on today, once all the parts are made, just assembling the toboggan, maybe an hour and a half. Bigger toboggans, thinking like 8 hours, somewhere in there. But then you have to figure in making those parts, you have to figure in selecting lumber, planing it, tapering it, bending it, and then sanding, finishing, and packing it, or put the ropes on, packing for shipment. Both Jack and Gabe, when they were in high school, they started carpentering in the summer, and then they worked in the shop here. And I always kid them, just when they were starting to get pretty good at toboggans, they took off and went to college.
More and more, every time I make a toboggan with my dad, I pick up oh, that's what the decision he just made, or that's why we're doing it this way versus another way. So I've got an appreciation for just the craftsmanship that goes along with making a toboggan, and that's what sets it apart from anything else that I've been involved with. I think one of the most rewarding things with this business is just understanding and getting the opportunity to really connect with every customer we have.
That would probably be, I don't know what we call it, the traditional market, people who use toboggans for subsistence in their way of life. And then we have a recreational size toboggans, which would be the toboggans that you might have grew up with as a kid.
Whether it's the Aboriginals up north or whether it's somebody that has a cabin in a remote area that's using our toboggan to haul supplies to, it seems like every toboggan we sell, there's a little bit of a story behind it. We had an opportunity this summer to visit some of our long-standing customers that year after year have purchased toboggans. It's really neat. I mean, they really rely on the toboggan for their way of life.
This one and that order out there is going to go to Winnipeg on Wednesday. And it'll go by truck from Winnipeg to Edmonton. And then it'll get on a truck and it'll go on the ice road up to Colville Lake, Northwest Territories. It's about 500 miles north of Yellowknife.
The caribou migrate across the north, and it's a main source of food for a lot of the communities that still are in existence. So what they do is they'll travel with large groups with several toboggans. These days, typically with snow machine, what used to be dog teams, and they follow the caribou herds, and they harvest a lot of caribou, and they dry the meat, and they haul their supplies and haul the caribou with their toboggans.
I know I've said before that, and I think it's true, that there's no place in the world where a winter sled is tested like it is in northern Canada, because it's the way of life. They've been doing it for thousands of years.
I was in contact with all of our customers who had purchased a toboggan this winter. And I just sent them some general information, just checking in. And it was so exciting to hear their feedback. Just fun. They said they are having so much fun. They love it. Oh, I think there's definitely room for growth. It's been exciting, and I think we have ideas. Every day we have a different idea, and it's how to take those ideas and move them forward in a manageable and timely way.
Now the feeling that I have after doing this for 22 years that I'm going to be able to sell toboggans up north for as long as I want to make them. And I think people up there would appreciate it if we get somebody else making them. More than one have told me they've tried every kind of sled up there, and the wooden toboggan is superior to all of them. This year was a pretty good year. A lot of big toboggans in Canada. The Canadian dollar has been really weak the last couple of years, which isn't helping. There's some folks up there heard they'll put like 15,000 kilometers a season. Like, this summer we'll probably start making inventory of our smaller toboggans, so we have those in stock. And then maybe do some inventory of the bigger ones that we know, or if we get some orders.
I mean, one of the challenges we have is continue to produce the toboggans with the experience and the, the lack of somebody, working hands-on with my dad. So this year we've added a couple of people to our team to help learn the process and learn and to kind of become apprentice.
You're always going for quality, something that's gonna, last and work. One thing that we're doing that's making a difference is doing that maybe more the last few years than in the past, was paying more attention to the moisture of the oak before we bend it. But you put some toboggans up there that aren't going to last or going to have faults, and everyone will know of it. But there we have it.
Prairie Mosaic is funded by the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund with money from the vote of the people of Minnesota on November 4th, 2008. The North Dakota Council on the Arts, and by the members of Prairie Public.